Magician! Hey YouTube, DarkMagician84 here, and yeah, I'm here with another top 10 video. Now, my channel's 16th anniversary is coming up. In fact, it's like just over 3 weeks away. And also, of course, I'm celebrating 20 years since I got into the game, like throughout the year, but mainly later on this year. So, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the top 10 segments that I used to do on my channel. Yeah, I mean, it basically speaks for itself, really, so let's just hop straight in. So coming in at number 10 is the Yu-Gi-Oh! And Robot Wars comedy videos. Now, these were just comedic skits that I used to do involving Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards and Robot Wars pullback toys. Yeah, I used to collect those. Yeah, I did about 6 of them over the course of 2008, 9, 10 and 11. Actually, I don't think I did any in 2010. I'm not sure. Of course, it seemed kind of funny at the time, but looking back, it felt kind of cringe. I mean, to be fair though, I like to think of myself as an online comedian, and in the earlier days of my channel, it did start out as more of a comedy channel, like I keep saying, and just over time it became more of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel. But I still stick with my comedic roots, so to speak. But yeah, I stopped doing them. At first because I ran out of ideas, but I don't know, it's at the same time it's not really something I'm proud of doing looking back. And yeah, like I said, it was pretty cringe. Of course, if there were old viewers who genuinely enjoyed those, then fair enough. At least I made you laugh. Number 9, Rage Game Challenges. Now, this didn't last very long. I only did a few videos of this back in like 2017 and I think 18, I'm not so sure. But basically, it was where I played Sonic Unfair 1 and 2. Okay, it was kind of an idea I sort of pinched and, well, got inspired by the Markiplier, because he played Sonic Unfair while, after he took a spoonful of hot sauce. So I did something similar, but the idea was every time I failed, I'd take something nasty, like these really toxic sour sweets, or Marmite. In fact, Marmite was one of Express Gaming's ideas, actually. But in the video I did that, it didn't last very long. Like, what was it, just 4 minutes? And I just gave up right away, because I just couldn't handle the Marmite. Yeah, I'm one of those guys who hates Marmite. Like, I just don't like the taste or the smell. For me personally, I think it's disgusting. Like, how can anyone enjoy that stuff? Seriously. I mean, but anyway, getting back on topic, I think to be fair, maybe I took a bit too much of it. So maybe if I took it in a smaller quantity, then I might have been able to manage it. But that didn't happen. And every now and then, Express Gaming keeps asking me if I'll do these Rage Game challenges again. But I don't think I will, to be honest. It's one of those things that I just don't have the time and the patience for. But one great thing that did come out of it was I actually did complete Sonic Unfair 1. Shame I don't have proof. I mean, I used to have video evidence that I did it, but now I don't anymore. I don't know if I'd be able to manage it anyway, just taking something nasty every single time I lost a life. I'm not sure I want to do that again. Number 8, Card of the Week. Yeah, this was a pretty cool one where I'd just take a card and rate it and just review it, really. Like, it was quite fun to do. Naturally, Dark Magician was one of the cards I covered. In fact, he was in the very first episode of that. I don't actually remember how many episodes of this I did, but there were weeks that I did miss. But yeah, the segment only lasted 10 months. I remember I started it in November 2008, but then stopped in September 2009, and I guess I just couldn't be bothered to continue it. So Card of the Week was more like Card of the whenever I can be bothered. I mean, could that segment come back? I don't know. It depends if I can be bothered, really, but I'm not too sure. Now, these next two I'm going to talk about together. So, number 7 is ban list wishlist videos, and number 6 is ban list opinion videos. I mean, they speak for themselves, really. Other YouTubers have done them for a long time and still do them to this day. Talk about what they want to see on the list and giving their opinions on a ban list once it drops. I used to do that as well, but then I just stopped doing it, because rather annoyingly, in somewhat recent years, it felt like every time I did one of these things, people would keep starting arguments with me, like they just attack me, criticise me, and even go as far as to try and change my mind and force their opinions on me, which of course is my biggest generalised Yu-Gi-Oh! Pet peeve. Now, I did do a separate video about this. Go and check out my top 5 other Yu-Gi-Oh! Pet peeve video if you haven't done so already. But yeah, it was just so annoying. It didn't happen every time I did this, but it felt like it happened just most of the time, and it was just so annoying. when people would do this, all just because I voiced my own opinion. Like, seriously, like, the things that were said, it's like I'm just not allowed to have an opinion of my own. Um, I mean, it's like I said, I mean, I'm not some robot or computer that can be reprogrammed. Like, I have every right to my own opinion, even if no one else agrees with it. Uh, in fact, this is exactly why I hate band card discussions and actually hate ban list discussion videos, because it feels like every time I do one of these or get involved in this discussion, like, it's like people, like I said, people just start arguments with me and just attack me or criticise me and then try and change my mind. And I feel like in 2016, one of the years we don't talk about, this just went too far and got a bit out of hand. So in the end, I just stopped doing them. So now the closest thing you guys will get out of me is my ban list reaction videos, and I guess my band card collection update videos, but that's it really. And like I said before, I only do my ban list reaction videos for you guys, because you genuinely enjoy those. So I will keep doing those for your guys' entertainment, but now I've just been put off doing ban list wish list videos and ban list opinion videos. Now, I know it's my channel and I have every right to say what I want to say, like, you know, within reason, like, regardless of what people think, but I just got so fed up of people arguing with me and just giving me shit over my opinions that, it's just not worth the aggro. I mean, multiple people have asked me a few times if they want to collab with me and do a ban list opinion video, but I always say no for the reasons that I just talked about. And yeah, that's just one of my problems in general, which I have mentioned a few times before, but if I have a bad experience with something, then it just makes me not want to do that something anymore. So I just don't see the point in doing those sorts of videos. Of course, that is the problem with ban list and band card discussions. They only ever cause arguments that can even get out of hand. Number 5 is made up meme of the week. I mean, it speaks for itself, really. Like, once a week I would just make up my own meme about something. Mainly Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I thought it would be a fun thing to do. So I started it in 2013, did that for a while, then stopped at some point, but then restarted it in 2017. But I think I stopped doing it in later on that year, or in 2018. So it was pretty fun while it lasted, but in the end I just ran out of ideas. That's what it comes down to. Now the sort of combined with my joke of the week videos in a way. Only I'd have to make sure I put in brackets in the title Yu-Gi-Oh meme, otherwise someone who doesn't know Yu-Gi-Oh won't know what the hell I'm talking about. Number 4, the pre-con challenge. This was quite a fun segment I used to do. So basically how it would work is I would take a structure deck and pit it up against a proper deck. That was the general idea of it, and it's something I came up with some point in 2009. Then that stopped later on in the year, but then I brought it back for a bit in 2011. Of course, I didn't have all the structure decks that were available, like, at the time. I even had to just collect the cards that were in said structure deck. Yeah, it was pretty fun to do. Shame whoever played the structure deck just lost almost every single time. I say almost because I think I managed to actually win a game with it in the very first episode I did, but haven't been successful since then. I even remember one game which was just bloody awful. I had a game with the Warriors Triumph structure deck against that my old friend Blue's Spellcaster deck, and I had a really, really bad hand. Like, it was just so terrible. Like, I just drew a load of bricks. I don't think I drew any monster I could put on the field. And then another thing happened, which just added insult to injury. Like, he activated a trap card, I chained Raw Decree, but then he chained Phoenix Wing Wind Blast and stacked the Decree, which just made my situation even worse. Like, so I couldn't even draw a new card to try and unbrick my hand. Like, I think of all the pre-con challenge games I had, that was just the worst one. But yeah, it was pretty fun while it lasted. I can't remember why I stopped though. Of course, nowadays, there's just so many structure decks. I've actually lost count of how many we've had since 2005. But I don't think I could even do that challenge anymore, because there's just too many structure decks now, and some are probably out of print, some are probably worth a fortune, maybe not as much as a sealed starter deck Yugi or a starter deck Kaiba, but still quite a lot. Even collecting the exact cards that were in those structure decks would be just too much hassle. But even then, there's structure decks that I would just outright refuse to play, because I just hate the archetypes so much. Ancient Gears, Dinosaurs, Endymion, Sacred Beasts, both Monarch structure decks, Dark Emperor and the one we got in 2016. Like, screw them. I mean, maybe it could be done online, but I don't know. I don't see it coming back. Number 3, the subscriber mini tournaments. Now, these were fun little mini tournaments that I did back in 2010, whenever I'd reach a milestone. Yeah, those sorts of things even happened long before the Dark Magician's Deck Grand Championship was a thing. But But yeah, there were only three. I did one when I reached 400 subscribers, one when I reached 500, and one when I reached 600. And basically, they were all mini tournaments which consisted of decks that I own. And Max Silver Cyclone TCG helped me out with those. And they were quite fun to do. I guess it was kind of a prototype to the Dark Magician's Deck Grand Championship, if you want to look at it that way. Yeah, they were a lot of fun. Shame my Dark Magician deck never won any of them. Like my Elemental Heroes, or the 401 Neos Wise Man somehow won the 500 one, would you believe? And Legendary Hero won the 600 one. But then I didn't do any others after that, for some reason. Can't remember why. I know for 700 subscribers I did an endurance. 800 was an Extreme Victory booster box opening. 900 was a Q&A, like the very first. Actually, no, it wasn't the very first Q&A, because there was another Q&A that I did earlier in the year. It was some Youth of the Nation thing, which a lot of YouTubers were doing. So for 900, it would have been the second Q&A video I ever did. And then 1,000 was just a little party on Skype with Emma Blue Eyes 10, Jinrai Prime, and Darkness L 1989. And I showed some favourite moments on camera, both by me and the subscribers. So that was a load of fun, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if subscriber mini tournaments will happen again, to be honest. I mean, I've already got the Dark Magician's Deck Grand Championship. So, I don't know. Number 2, the YugiTuber feature matches. This is basically where I would take on another YouTuber in a match where we basically use our signature decks. I used to do quite a lot of these back in the day. I'd have them with my YouTuber friends, basically everyone in the KCP pretty much. Margin Sage of Darkness, Gogeta 408. And there were a few others as well. So it was a good time. Oh yeah, and I did have one with Weber's 5 as well. And yeah, it was just great. It was a good way to have a clash of different YouTubers and promote each other's channels, pretty much. That's what it came down to. There hasn't been a YouTuber feature match in years, because I don't generally meet a load of other YouTubers nowadays, and interact with them that much. Gungno would probably be the only one. I mean, there is a chance that we could have a feature match someday. Don't know about anyone else though. Yeah, it was what it was. And finally, in at number 1, the Margate Adventures video. There were 8 of these in total, plus something similar, which was the Cornwall Adventures of Dark Magician, when I actually met Emma Blue Eyes 10 and Jinrai Prime in person back in 2015, and the Southampton Adventures, when I met up with Sebon Webb and his other half. So that was fun. But it was mainly Margate Adventure videos that I did, which all started in 2011 when I'd meet Neo Nexodus, Scapegoat User, Ojama Bomb, Mr. Sasuke Dragon, Lucky Wolf G, Coffee Meister, and Emma and Avril, like in person for the first time ever. And then in later trips I'd meet Zane Truesdale 97 and 89 Manic, and several others from Kent. They were absolutely great. Back in 2011, it was a good opportunity to meet all those guys. I just had some time off from work that I could use up, so that's what I did with it. Of course, I wasn't too sure how frequently I'd be able to do it, but then I made 3 other very frequent trips throughout 2012, which wasn't hard because at the time I was unemployed and on the dole. But ever since I've been re-employed, they've not been able to happen as much as they used to. I did go again for the 5th time in 2013, 6th in 2014, and 7th in 2015. And then they got more infrequent, and the last time I went over there to stay was in 2019, like the 8th trip. They were just lots of fun to do, seeing my friends from Kent and just dueling and having just fun and a laugh, really. It was really great. I'd miss those trips to Margate. One day I'll make more of them happen again. I did actually go into Margate like 3 other times after that, but that was only for on 3 different days and for a few hours, so I wouldn't really consider those a Margate adventure, really. Not even a long stay. I don't know when another visit will happen. I mean, I had intended to last year, but couldn't make anything happen. There'll be plenty of time for that, I'm sure. And yeah, that's it. Those are the top 10 segments that I used to do on my channel. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Dark Magician YouTube channel.